Welcome back to the bench, everybody. Thank you for joining JC Model Creations as we continue part 2 of creating the USS Reliant NCC 1864 from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, way back in 1982. So since the last time you saw me or saw this series, I went ahead and did some paint work, and as you can see here, I went ahead and primed the ship with its base color. Now, before I did this, I did a little test, and what I'm doing is I'm using this high performance enamel spray in this silverish color. Oh, here it is. It's aluminum. Okay, so it's 7515, 838 aluminum. So this is an aluminum color, and I did a test on a little piece here from a previous kit that I had. And so I painted this, the aluminum color, and then I glossed it over with the triple thick clear glaze from Krylon. And then I put on a few pieces of masking tape just to kind of give it a little pattern. And then I sprayed over that with the Pearl White Tamiya TS45 for plastics, just to see what the Aztec patterning might look like. And I think I'm happy with this. So as you can see on this side, I did a very, very light spray of the pearlized white. And on this side, I did a thicker spray. So now I know I need to use a thicker spray so that it'll show up. But I like the way that paneling looks. And that's kind of the way it's gonna look on the ship. So with that in mind, I went ahead and spray painted the saucer section with the aluminum. Just to let you know, on the pieces that are masked off, this is actually painted a different color. It's painted this satin French blue color from Rust-Oleum. So that's what's under this mask here and these masks here. There's some masks right here and here, and what I painted underneath those is this Tester's blue, light blue spray. That's right under that. And once this is pretty much cleared up, once the clear glaze gets dried up, I'll go ahead and start masking this off for the Aztec patterns. Now, I'm gonna have to sand a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, but there's some, looks like there's some lint that got on the clear glaze here and here. So no worries, and here too. This is dry enough now, because I did this about 3 hours ago. This is dry enough now where I can do a light sand on that and then just respray the clear glaze on that. So I'm gonna do that after this video. And we'll take care of the little lint that fell on there. Okay, and so today what we're going to do is, since I've already did some painting, I want to, again, just show you some of the paint that I did. Now, on these sprues here, these tree sprues, there's lots of different parts. What I ended up doing on these little grill pieces that are going to go right on the warp nacelles, I went ahead and painted those. And for this color, all I did was I got this glue permanent marker, it's gold, pardon me. It's a fine tip permanent marker, it's gold colored, and I just used that to paint the grills. And that came out nice. Next, I went to the clear pieces and I painted them while they were still on the sprue. Now I've already cut them off the sprue, but I painted them the colors they need to be painted. So in this case, the two crystal impulse windows on the top and the bottom of the saucer, I painted on the inside blue, so that the outside is still crystal clear, but the inside is blue to give it that effect there. So those are colored blue from the inside, and the top that's going to be exposed is not colored. And then I went ahead and used that same satin blue color for the torpedo bay launchers, and I'm going to do some little detail paint with black and on the little tips there. before I take them off the sprue. And of course the impulse engine effect is just colored red through and through from the front. I went ahead and did the front on these. I didn't do it on the back, I did it on the front since it's going to show on the front. And most importantly here, the chiller grills, I did the effect that I did the last time on the Enterprise A. I went ahead and painted this both a red and a blue from the inside, so that you're looking at the outside of it, but on the inside it's kind of blue and red. Did a red spray paint first and then a blue spray paint next, and to give it kind of a warp engine activated look when you look at it pretty closely up front. Sorry if it's blurry, but the contrast on that is going to be really nice against these warp nacelles here. Now, I know that the warp nacelles and the rest of the body of the ship really looks aluminum right now, but I'm counting on the masking and the white from the pearlized white spray to kind of offset the aluminum color on this. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put together a couple of the major parts here, and then we will finish this thing up probably in either the next video or the video after that. So let's go ahead and start putting these together. And for the next part here, we're going to go ahead and work on, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and work on these pylons, I think, first. So let's go ahead and take these off. By the way, as you can see, I painted these black on the inside here, by the way. That way, when you put this up to light, you know, the light won't shine through. It won't give it a translucent look. It'll look pretty solid. So, cool. So that was 6 and 7. And we need a part 8. Yeah, let's see here, that would be right here. Yep, that's this one, so let's get that off. All right. All right, so these go together like this. This is a snap model, so I'm just going to let it snap together. And this one goes up here like this. All right. So far, so good. Now there's a little, as you can see, there's a little flange, a little piece of leftover plastic here from where I cut it off the sprue. So I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and just kind of very carefully scrape that off. All right. Looks like this is going to be hidden anyway, so no need to make it really perfect. All right, this piece is locked together, it looks like, and done. Great. There you go. So we get the other piece going here. So let's do this. And let's get these two pieces going. Great, so we got these two pieces. Let's get the warp nacelles going here. And we're going to start with part number 13, it looks like. So that would be these two parts here. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and then got to be very careful not to get, yeah, it looks like, so there's, let me show you what's going on here. There's a little piece of this fin here that's really close to the part that needs to be cut. So got to be really careful not to cut the fin when you're cutting this part off. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's this one here. So, but it's the same difference. So I'm going to start from this side. Whew, all right. Looks like I barely missed that fin. All right, let's cut this here. All right. Now, it looks to me like what they want me to do here is insert this piece here. Let me just make sure I'm seeing this right on the instructions. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be inserted down somewhere here. Yeah, okay, I see it now. There it is. Okay, so there are these notches right here that this goes into. So I'm going to make sure that goes in first. And this goes in on top. So I'm going to put these down here. Now, what I want to do before I clap this together here is I want to take out the part that goes inside the nacelle here. And that would be part number 15, I believe. Yep, that is correct. All right. So let me go ahead and put that right there. And yeah, those are the, so you want to make sure that these two little notches are inside the warp nacelle, and of course you want to make sure that your this part of the warp nacelle is inside before you clap this together or snap it together. So let's make sure this all fits. In the middle, 2 notches in the back. Okay, snap it, just like the name of the model. There we go. Snap. All right. So far, so good, my friends. This is looking really good. Now, you know, it's a snap it ship, so it's not perfect. I know that. You know, if you really want to make it perfect, you can get some putty, put some putty down and all that. I might do that. I might give this a once over before I really finish it up. But let's go ahead and leave it as is for now. I'm going to leave the clear parts off of this for now, and I'm going to leave these little pieces off of this because I really want to go through the painting before I snap those parts in to keep them as crisp as possible. So let's just leave it like that because I may have to paint a little more. Oh, look at this, open in the bottom. Let's do that. Always check every place around here. Now, this part is still black because I only painted one side of the fin, not the other. But that's okay because this fin is going to be painted a different color. There's going to be some detail painting going on around the warp nacelle, some black here, that kind of thing. All right. Not too happy about this little gap here, so I may have to do something about that, but we'll see how we work it. Okay. All right, so far this is pretty intact. I may have to do a little bit of sanding and touch up paint. In particular, I'm not exactly that happy about the fact that there's some leftover plastic here that I need to scrape off. Yeah. Well, we'll see what the we'll see how this turns out. But overall, this is like 90% okay looking, 85, 90%. The 10, 15% are the little gaps here and there that I'm hoping the Aztec masking patterns will make up for. I may come back around and, I'll probably put some of this liquid cement for plastic models very carefully in between the gaps here. I say carefully because this is already painted and I'll just have to repaint. Looks like I'm gonna have to repaint anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and put the other one together. This gap on this one is not as bad. It's still there, but it's not as prominent as a gap on the other one. Back here, you see that? That's just the way it works. We're just gonna work with it. I'll see what I do off camera and see if I can fix that. And I'll let you know what I did. All right, so we've got both the warp nacelles pretty good. They're complete. Let's see, what's next? So this is going to require the use of these torpedo bay launchers. So let me go ahead and I'm going to use this accent color panel line to kind of give it a little touch of black in the middle here. There we go. Did a little more than I really wanted to, so let me get one of these pieces of paper towel, take this off. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll give it some kind of definition. You know, in Star Trek, you really don't use these this black panel lining as much. This is more for like the dirty look on like the Star Wars ships, like the Millennium Falcon and things like that. But every once in a while, especially on these little pieces here that fit inside the ship, you know, it's okay to use because it does give it some definition, you know, and you can see some detail. There we go. Yeah, this is going to work nicely. Just so you know, I used this panel accent color from Tamiya. I did this on the pieces, these mask pieces here. So these are colored in the satin blue, this blue, French blue, but I also accented it with the black paneling lines. So I'm looking forward to taking that off and seeing what that looks like when it's finally completed. So we'll see how that works. Okay, got that. Let's go ahead and cut these pieces out. So now I'll be doing detail painting on this afterwards, after I put it together. Now I'm not going to put the whole ship together. I'm gonna put sections together and then do the detail painting on those sections. Okay, so FYI, you know, that's the way it's gonna work. So this little area that I'm cutting out here, this, you know, the bay, these are the pieces that I'll keep separate. I'm not going to put this, you know, together with the warp nacelles until I detail paint it. All right, it looks like I may not have needed this part yet. Oh yeah, I do need this part. Okay. All right, before I put anything together, let me go ahead and make sure I don't need to take little extra plastic off. Okay, this is going to be the bottom, and these guys will snap on right here. I believe last video I kind of mentioned that I was going to glue some of this together. You know, I decided to just do snapping on for now. And then if I do need to glue any pieces after the fact and use some tape, I'll do that to kind of make sure they mesh together, especially where there's gaps, you know, in the seams. I'll add some tape afterwards, but you know, for now I'm just gonna stick to the snap it portion of this snap it kit. Let's see, make sure this is aligned correctly. One thing about the snap it piece of this is that sometimes it's hard to see all the little holes and stems and where everything goes underneath the part that you're actually snapping together. All right, this is coming along nicely. I may have to come back again on this part and add some glue because there are some gaps. It looks like, especially towards the ends here. And I am seeing some edges that still have a little bit of plastic left over from the stem, from the sprue. So I'll have to come back and fix that with some sanding and some glue. But we're good for now. All right, let's see what you got here. This is interesting. I wonder why they didn't mold this into the part. That's a little, oh, well, this little stem came off. This little stem popped off right here in the middle, and it goes right in the middle there. Yeah, we'll see how that works. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this out. Okay, small one in front, large one in back. So large one in back, right here. Small one in the front, right here. Okay, so this is really tricky. This is tricky. This is definitely tricky. Okay, so let me try putting this on first and see if this just snaps in. I may actually have to glue the torpedo launchers instead of just snap them in. We'll see. All right, so I'm having a little bit of trouble because that middle piece snapped off. I'm tempted to just, yeah, I just took it off right there, so it came out. Okay. Once you align those stems, okay, there you go. I just felt it snap in. Okay, let's try to snap these guys in, see what that does. Well, let me open this a little bit. All right, so it's slightly opened. No, it's still not open enough. Well, everybody, this is one of the toughest parts of the ship so far. This little torpedo bay area. Okay, so I got it open enough to where now this is fitting in there. Now, keep in mind, this front part is open. The back part is not. The back part is still kind of pinched in. All right, so, all right, let's see if this works now. I'm going to snap it closed. All right. Well, there you go. That worked. I may have to do the same thing for the back here. So now that torpedo bay launcher is in there in the front, I'm a little worried about what happens back here. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to kind of open it a little bit. Let me try that. Yeah, it looks like I'm having to do that. Okay. All right. Yep, it's working. All right. So that looks like it's settled in there. What do y'all think? Now there is a gap right here on the corner that I'm not happy with, that I may have to, again, use some glue and some clamps or tape to kind of hold it together. Maybe some putty even. But there you go. So you got the torpedo bay there and the torpedo bay there. And I'm just going to add a little bit more black to the middle of that little spot there. There. And over here, I'll do the same thing. There and there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let that dry out. All right, and we're done with this section of it. I'll leave that there. And now this last little piece here that we have right here goes on the back, obviously, of the of these sections here. So I'm going to go ahead and start the process and let you see what I'm going to do here, and then I'm going to do this off camera. But first thing I'm going to do here, my friends, to get this little lint off here is use very fine, and I've been using this. This is the finest, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's 600 grit or what, but it's the finest I have. It's red, so I know it's the finest one. And I'm going to start scraping off the area that has the lint on it. Okay. It's going to look a little dirty. It's even going to look a little red. Let me get a new piece. So yeah, red is the finest that I have here. So this gray is the most gritty, and the red is the finest. I might go up to this brown. It feels a little better. Go ahead and cut a little piece of that off. All right, and let's see how this works. Yeah, that's a little better. I can feel it. Okay, so I've obviously been able to get rid of the little piece of lint because it's been replaced by this ugliness, right? And that's okay. It's going to look ugly when you do this with the sandpaper, but what you want to get it smooth, and you want to get those pieces of lint off the ship, especially the saucer. Don't want any of this stuff on the saucer. Can't believe this stuff got on here. I thought I was using a very sterile environment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and you can see some of the blue that was painted on here from these two pieces here. Now that the lint is off, I'm going to use the aluminum paint one more time over that, and then I'm going to use I'll use the glaze over that, and then I think we should be okay. I'm just getting spots here and there that I've noticed as I'm talking to you. Okay, and once that's all done, we should be ready to put the Aztec masking on there. Oh, by the way, everybody, I got the Aztec mask. I I failed to mention that I did get Aztec masks in the mail for this build, so I'm really excited about that. I'll be highlighting that in the next video. All right, my friends, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And we appreciate you joining, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, your comments, for everything. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day and get out there and do some modeling.